Now, Steinhoff held its general meeting today with shareholders voting in favour of the acquisition of Pepkor. Shareholder activist Theo Botha raised his concerns.
From my perspective, there were a few things which I'd like to have achieved in this meeting. The first thing I'd like to have achieved is who actually is behind this voting pool agreement. Who are the stakeholders involved? We know that Dr. Visa is a stakeholder, we know that Brait's a stakeholder, but more importantly, we also know that certain Steinhoff directors are stakeholders. But the company refuses to answer the question as to who are these actual directors that are forming part of this voting pool agreement. They also are not specific in terms of answering the question about they control 35% or more. So on that question I asked them, well, what is it? Is it 36 or 37? And they were also very much vague in that. For the other issue which I had a problem with was the voting pool agreement, why it wasn't disclosed. The answer to that was that, well, this agreement hasn't taken place. The agreement will only be signed and finalized when all these resolutions are passed. Yeah, well, I think meeting the legal requirements, I think they've met that, as that company attorney stated so. But in terms of the regulation panel 101.7, I don't think they've met the requirements, even though it's not, they don't have to meet it. But one of the requirements is you need to identify the concerted parties. That's critical in terms of these transactions, that we know who the concerted parties are. For example, it appears to me that if this precedence is going to be set, anybody can pitch up and say, oh, okay, I can pitch up and say, with the PIC and say, I'm a concerted party. Yes, I do represent certain directors on this board, and you don't even have to identify them. Sets a very bad precedence for the future.